Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It's our third game covered today out of the round of 8. It's going to be the Game Changers versus the Critasaurus. And this one is looking like it's going to be a great game. DM, Degars and the boys, can they get a win over Critasaurus, a up-and-coming North American team?
That's right. Critasaurus has been doing pretty well over the last couple of weeks. They had a pretty decent showing last week where they did lose to Game Changers. So we're going to see kind of a rematch that we saw from week 2. And the winner, of course, is going to have to fight the winner of Down to Frag and Team Dignitas, which I'm sure is likely to be Team Dignitas, but Down to Frag has beaten them before.
They have. Down to Frag, a team that is a little bit of a god killer, it seems like.
Yeah.
They tend to play a very, very aggressive style, very snowball dependent, and seem to pull it off a lot. And that can be very hard to stop, even as a tenured team like Dignitas. But back to this game here, the Critasaurus. We've seen them have some nice games. Is it Critasaurus or Critasaurus? I can never remember.
Critasaurus.
Critasaurus Rex here. A strong team. They've done well. I mean, let's take a look at their last match versus On Cooldown here. It looks like it was a 15-2, so they were very, very successful over the boys of the last game there, but on cooldown. But let's hold that thought as we are moving into the game. But definitely keep an eye out for a Fusion OP and Fitty from the Critasaurus here to be a big factor in this game. Looks like our picks and bans are starting to come out, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. The left side of your screen is going to be Crit. The right side of your screen is going to be the GC. And our first ban of the match coming out, no big surprise, Bastet out of the pool.
I'm surprised to see the Team 1 ban Bastet, because that gives you option to pick her. And if you're uncomfortable, kind of bad news as they go into the picking stage, because, I mean, if their god pool is going to be small, where they're not picking arguably the best character in the game, you know the people on the Game Changers are pretty excited about that.
Odin is going to get banned out now by the Game Changers, so once again, no big surprise there. Very, very high priority support pick there. Critasaurus considering their second ban here of the first banning stage. And it looks like it is going to be coming through here in just a moment. I expect it to be, well, no, not what I was expecting. It is going to be a Hunbot. It's going to be banned out now. Once again, just so strong. And the Gar is a very, very potent jungler. Don't want to give him up to the Hunbots.
You know, it's funny because Gars was actually paying Hunbots before the changes and was doing very well, even in tournament. So to see him play this character now is going to be ridiculous. So it was definitely a good ban by Critasaurus. Over on the other side, Game Changers are going to take out Sun Wukong, and first pick's going to go to Critasaurus, and we're finally going to see the God of Gods.
Wow, that was a snap pick Zeus, and it's going to be a follow-up snap pick 2 gods for the Game Changers here. Uller tier selected, locked in right away. So taking the 2 very, very potent stance-switching Norse gods off the pool.
I think Tyr, honestly, is the best pick against Zeus with the current god pool. I mean, being able to blink in and just push him into a situation where he can't even get off the detonate, even if he gets the lightning storm off, very smart pick.
Yeah, a lot of lockdown for that Zeus. And yeah, if he can't detonate, he really can't do damage. Chain Lightning falls off very, very steeply outside of the early game. Critasaurus taking a look at Geb here. Very early Geb draft if it does go through. It really indicates they don't want to show really too much about their solo laner, it appears here, but they are going to lock in a Thor and a Geb. So early Thor for Critasaurus as well. And that's going to leave open, well, the one god that the Boosh is extremely, extremely good with. He's a very potent Scylla player, but Poseidon is definitely his calling card. And they're going to lock that in for the Boosh in the mid lane. Scylla is still open, of course. And yeah, wow.
They ban out AMC. Or maybe AMC Cthulhu. Ban. Maybe they're afraid of Cthulhu.
Yeah, they don't want to deal with the madness, but I'm surprised they didn't ban out Scylla there.
Yeah, really. I mean, well, Poseidon has a really good matchup against Scylla. I mean, being able to use the Whirlpool to stop Sentinel and then immediately blow her up with the Kraken, she doesn't have a lot to do to get out of that without burning out a monster, and that puts her in kind of a bad position. So Poseidon has been very popular to stop that, and going up against Zeus, not a bad matchup either. And for the third time, it looks like Critasaurus is going to take a shot at Gars and ban out Freya.
So 3 junglers banned by Critasaurus.
Not to mention Thor was picked.
Gars with what?
Tyr?
You can put Tyr into the jungle here. Pick up maybe a Ra in this draft position for Divios in the solo lane. Would probably be the expected pick. Out of the jungle, I mean, there's still some options available, but really nothing premier like the Tyr would be. You can pick up a Fenrir. Nemesis available.
Nem is a god that we have not seen as much lately. Ever since the change to Retribution, she's starting to fall off. Not because she's any less potent than she was. It's just that people were so used to playing her a certain way. I don't think people have gotten into the swing of not being able to dive a tower for free while taking a Kraken to the face.
Yeah, that's definitely not the easiest thing in the world, but their 4th pick is going to come through here. It's going to be the Athena in her winter Revelry skin, her Soviet Athena costume there. And that's going to be, so they're showing their support now. Interesting that you're going to see Guardian versus Guardian. First time in a long time. And with Odin and some Wukong ban, I guess no one looking for the Guan Yu. But Critasaurus looking at their final two picks. Looking like Apollo and Vamana here. And yeah, they're both actually going to get locked in. So going for a couple of big-time late-game picks now for the Apollo and the Vamana. Both of them scaling very, very well. Vamana probably the best into the late game. Final pick coming out. It's going to be a Mercury going over to Gars. Wow, we haven't seen much Mercury, but Gars has him legendary. Now, why is the question? Why pick? I guess Mercury, one of the only gods that can go toe-to-toe with Vamana in the late game.
I'm a little worried here about the Vamana tier, or rather the tier Mercury combination. They have a lot of CC available to them, but an early pickup of Mystical Mail or, pretty much any kind of physical defense is going to shut down most of the gank potential. Though it should be noted that Athena does have that global ultimate to be able to help tier and Mercury out for some magic damage, and then Poseidon probably being the fastest rotations in the game aside from global ultimates, using that title meter and of course Trident's movement speed on top of it. Boosh will be able to rotate as fast as possible across the map to try to get some damage in as well. So Vamana has to build a lot of defense here to be able to sustain this early game. Dangerous.
Yeah, that Mercury initiation followed with the Athena ultimate on top of him is really, really dangerous and really hard to deal with. The one thing we have seen be effective against Mercury and look for it from Critasaurus, we'll see how savvy they are, is warding between the tier 1 and tier 2 towers. On the side lanes to try to catch that Mercury coming out and charging that ultimate to prevent that level 5 guaranteed kill. But it really comes down. Mercury cannot catch up, period. If you can keep Mercury down in the early game, you're going to find a win. But if Gars gets off to an early start and Mercury has one of the best level 1, 2, and 3 gank potential in the game, from the jungle roll, he has one of the best with his special delivery, I believe it's called. He'll dash forward, grab a god, hold him in place, and throw them in the target direction. And that can be extremely potent, especially when you have a Poseidon who can throw them right into the whirlpool, preventing anyone from getting out. So look for maybe early beads on this Zeus to try to prevent that. But if they find that first blood DM, it's going to be very tough for Critasaurus.
Well, Critasaurus and Game Changers are going to face off here in the round of 8. Winner's going to go on to fight either down to Frag or top-seeded Team Dignitas in semifinals. Either way, the next two matchups for either of these teams is going to be a very, very large struggle.
That's right. But I think the big premier thing here, DM, 2 Guardians in this game. Haven't seen that in some time. Excited to get into it, guys. Just about 3 minutes. We will be right back with Critasaurus versus the Game Changers. Right here live on the Smite Game channel. It is round number 3 in the Smite World Championship Series. Week number 3 as well, out of the round of 8. And as Dina mentioned, winner of this goes on to face Down to Frag or Team Dignitas. A tough match, but they can't look past this one. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 3 of our ongoing coverage today of the Smite World Championship. It is the North American Qualifiers, and we are in the round of 8 where Critasaurus is going up against the Game Changers. Please allow me to introduce your teams. They are the blue team fighting out of the bottom of the minimap and the left side of your spectator UI. They are the Order team. It is Critasaurus as Divios steals the right side camp. Both camps taken by the Game Changers. But let's continue on here. Chris Pocket and Nantan will be your dual lane Geb and Apollo. It's going to be Fiddy in the jungle as Thor. You'll have Achilles in the right side lane as Vamana, and Fusion OP in the mid lane as the Zeus. The Game Changers as the red team, the top side of your minimap, the right side of your spectator UI, and the Chaos team. They are Divios in the solo lane as Tyr. The Boosh will be your mid laner as Poseidon. Eonic and Snoopy combining for the Athena and Uller dual lane, and Dagars out of the jungle as Mercury.
So right off the bat, not too much gain, not too much loss. You're going to see Divios hit level 3, but not Gars, who got to lane a little bit later. Will they hit level 3 off of this? I'm pretty sure, looks like Fiddy, actually no, Fiddy and Achilles are both still level 2. Gars maybe going to hit level 3 off 1 or 2 creeps here, but you can see Divios just taking his opportunity to push up and ensure they're going to lose out on a little bit left side. We're going to have a push onto Nantan here. Oh, he's in trouble! The body blocks weren't good! Jumping into the tower. Eonic's going to be able to get out, and first blood will go to TCG.
A really nice first blood, too. That Axon just so serious. A lot of CC in this lane versus basically no CC. A very short duration knock-up from Chris Pocket. Plus, you have the knockup from Apollo as well. So free auto attacks in the Critasaurus lane, but not a lot of guaranteed ability hitting.
Right side. Fiddy's in a lot of trouble. The Mjolnir's Attunement just barely gets off, and they're going to turn their sight to Achilles. Oh, Fiddy comes back in looking for the kill, and he's going to find it onto Gars, but Devios is not done. All the archers are swinging away on both of them, and it's going to be a cleanup. He's able to get both, and a double kill for Tyr. They can't be happy about that one.
In the meantime, orange buff being picked up by TGC, taking that away from any possible rotations from the jungler. Thor going to be pretty far behind now. And in this dual lane, as we mentioned, a lot of CC for TGC and a lot of knockup for Critasaurus, which is free auto attacks, but free auto attacks don't matter when you're Apollo until you have some decent items under your belt. Advantage game changers in a big way in the dual lane, and they've also taken over the solo lane as well now, as Divios is level 5 with a finished and complete Rude Forged Hammer.
That is really intense at this stage in the game. That's 350 health, 55 physical protection as well, on top of the fact that the physical protection is going to scale into his damage. This is going to make it very difficult for now level 4 Vamana to even come close to being able to burn him down. And taking a look at Vamana here, he is sitting on Smithy's hammer as well. He'll be going in that direction, and it will benefit him a little bit more thanks to his passive. But overall, it's looking like Devios is sitting pretty right now.
Once again, game changers just pushing Critasaurus into their tower over and over again. Trying to soak some experience in the mid lane now is Gars on the Mercury, as he's going to hold it as the Boosh is going to rotate over.
Look how fast Poseidon is.
This ward doesn't spot him. Oh, Achilles, you're in some trouble, buddy. Here comes the damage. There is the Kraken as well. He's going to miss the brunt of the damage there, but there's another knockup coming through. Actually, a missed Fearless there from Divios, but it didn't matter. Ionic was rotating over as well. A guaranteed kill into Vamana. And the thing is, they're going to just keep doing this over and over and over again. And what a smart play by the game changers, rotating Gars into the mid lane to make, to push the Zeus under the tower, keep him there as Poseidon rotates out. Missed communication as well from Critasaurus there. Fusion really should have been calling out the rotation from Poseidon.
And even so, without that, both mid camps right there were taken for TCG as well. But let's actually switch over for a second, Bart, and go back to the First Blood.
Yeah, a little bit of a lull in the action here, so replay coming up as the First Blood is going to come out, and this was over in the dual lane, and we saw a lot of action. There is that special delivery from Mercury. This actually isn't the First Blood, but this is the big fight going down in the solo lane. First Blood we did
possibly more impressive,
duo, but yeah, the bigger play for sure. What a re-engage by Fiddy there. Unfortunately, Achilles here going to outstay his welcome, probably underestimating the archer damage, and Divios going to clean that up, and the heal he gets does keep him alive.
Blink in from Divios actually sends out Thor and Vamana. Level 8 right now, comparatively to Achilles, who is level 5 on Vamana, and not giving him a second to breathe. He moves forward. You can see that Rune Forge Hammer is doing work at this point. He's taking damage, but then switches stances and heals it right back up.
Yeah, and Achilles getting pushed under his tower, and if they can keep Vamana down, that's probably a win for them. I mean, with Mercury, with the start that he has, which is not a bad start, not a great start, was involved, did die early on, but has 2 assists, doing decently well for himself. No Heartseeker up yet, so it didn't take too much. Oh, there's an ultimate activated now from Gars. He's looking for Fusion. He's going to find him if he uses it. Oh, he's going to hit 50. No, he misses, running into the wall there. Doesn't find the kill, but Divios finds Achilles with the Poseidon rotation, and now in a lot of trouble here is Fiddy and Fusion OP. Fusion, you're not safe inside of that thunderstorm. Up in the air is Fiddy, looking to crash down, but he can't go into these players. Forced to retreat, and more kills for the game changers now. 6-1, 5 minutes in.
And right there, this is not even over for them, because this is not a back opportunity. This is their opportunity to start stripping. There goes the blue buff, going to be sent on to Devios. Red's already gone. Speed's about to come up, and you can see groupings coming out all over the place from TCG, but Ionic is going back to the base here. Chris Pocket just trying to control and gain some experience in the mid lane, but he's not going to be able to gain much, as we see another rotation coming out from Poseidon. Boosh really using that passive and that trident effectively.
He wanted to find Nantan at the tier 2 there. They forced him to dash back all the way out. And the Boosh now, with the early level advantage for the team, is able to rotate out here. Look, he has 3 levels on Fusion OP in the mid as well.
This is a 10-level advantage at this point. They're 5,800 experience, 3,200 gold ahead. And you can see Critasaurus has nothing to gain. The only thing up in their entire jungle right now is a speed buff, and Ionic's not even content to let them go for it.
This is maybe the most fed you're ever going to see a solo laner.
Fiddy.
Oh, wow. There's a Mjolnir's Attunement to get out of there. and barely going to make it. But look at Uller now. Snoopy in some trouble as the crash is going to come in from Nantan, but here comes the Athena. They're going to try to turn and burn. Her boost is just so fast. Fitty can't really engage into the Poseidon, who can just zone him out at will. Ionic staying in. There comes the taunt back in. Oh, the bladed arrow does enough damage to find the kill. There comes the Kraken, forcing out the Aegis onto Fusion OP. He's going to be going down here as well, but a lot of damage from Fitty. Fitty finding a great... He's finding really great opportunities to do the damage even at low HP, but he's going to get crushed. Dashing through, in a lot of trouble now is Nantan as well. Fitty does go down. Nantan going to fall now, and it's going to be a 4-for-0 trade in favor of the Game Changers. 10 kills to 1.
Zero Gars hits 2 people right there, ensuring one of them gets disoriented as well. Just completely saves everyone on his team in that team fight, and then goes ahead and is a champion, tanking the Gold Fury himself, and then not even... Oh, no, he is going to back. Look at the in-hand gold right now.
It's amazing.
He was trying.
No. Divio, 700 XP per minute in the solo lane right now.
That's not even possible.
Insane.
That's not even actually
434
possible.
gold a minute, 700 XP for Divios in the solo lane. Probably one of the most fed you're ever going to see a player.
This is incredible. 10-1 right now at 7 minutes and 30 seconds. TCG has just come out for blood.
The Game Changers, definitely not the garbage cans today. They are the Game Changers, changing the game. And now it's the Mercury show, really. Here comes the Athena ultimate on top of him. The auto attack's coming through. Punchy. Fusion OP is going to eat the Athena ultimate. One more punch is going to do it for Mercury, and he will just continue to actually kill people faster as this game goes on.
Well, I mean, he is the god of running really fast, right?
He is the god of Sonic. Oh, look at the tier 2. Uller gonna dive and find a kill onto Nantan. Snoopy just flexing his muscles.
You know, I feel... Oh, the dash is going to be stopped by the Tectonic Rift, but the Kraken was perfect right at the edge of the Aegis, swallowed up that Geb shield as well as Crit's pocket gets pushed back. He's just trying to avoid the damage. At this point, he's using everything he can. In 8 minutes, we're going to see a surrender vote come through. This might actually go through, given the state of things. Ionic rushing right in as the Lightning Storm comes out. Fusion OP is going to get dunked on as Devios finds himself on a rampage.
Yeah, Devios jams it in there. Now the mid lane. Oh, Nantan.
Ooh.
He's going to crash it as the surrender comes out. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an 8-minute and 40-second game. The Game Changers are the game enders. That's it. They move on.
So I'm an expert now in surrenders before 10 minutes.
Yeah, you are.
I gotta tell you, I normally say try to play it out, look for your opportunities, go for steals. In that situation, I respect that. I don't see them making a play back, given that nobody was in double digits in level yet, and only Vamana was the person to have any kind of damage. 4,300 gold still puts him almost 1,000 behind anyone over on the Game Changers, and every one of the Game Changers with double digits in level. We see Uller and Tier both at level 12.
Yeah, 4 kills on Uller, 5 kills on Tier there, plus a Heartseeker on Uller, 5,800 gold farmed. Ended that game with 120 physical power.
That was rough. You know, TCG is going to need to have that kind of fire, though. They go up next against either Down to Frag or Team Dignitas. And if they go up against Down to Frag, they're probably saying, hey, I really hope DTF wins so we don't have to fight Team Dignitas again, you'll be fighting Down to Frag that just beat Team Dignitas. Like, either way, their next matchup is going to be rough.
That's right. But yeah, let's go ahead and cut the analysis here, guys. We are going to go ahead and toss it over to up into a game already in progress, or something's going to end quickly. We'll let you know. We'll go ahead and throw it out over to production, guys. Enjoy the beautiful interstitials. We'll be right back. Maybe jumping into another game, maybe moving into the round of 4. We'll give you an update as soon as we possibly can. Thank you so much for tuning in. That was the Game Changers taking a win over Critasaurus in the round of 8. And we'll see you guys all again in just a couple of minutes.